Watch with his left hand. Look how he controls it. And now, and when he does that, Derek, before you start fighting, Derek may have to adjust his body. See how he turned his body where he has a little more of an angle here? Oh man, he's sticking him now. All right, look, we've been doing breakdowns and turnovers where we get him on his back rather quickly. Okay, so once you do get him on the back, you want to hold him for the time, right? You want to hold him for the osekomi to get your points or your pin. So let's look at some things. So very simple one to do. So I've turned him over and he's here, okay? Now, you want to control some control points. Let's think, in judo concept and theory, it really works. You have 4 areas. You have the 2 shoulders and the 2 hips. That's called shiho, the 4 corners of the body, okay? And that's why in judo concepts and theories, it's worked for well over 100 years because, I mean, it just works. It's anatomy works. So what we're going to do is to take control of those 4 corners to the best we can. Okay, so it's a shiho type situation. And it's basically a side control position here. So I've turned him over, bam, and knocked him. Now with this hand, the hand that's close to the head, I want to hook under and I want to put my elbow to my knee and just kind of start bending him. Again, make it very uncomfortable for him, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab something here to control, okay? All right, so I've got the head controlled. Now I'm starting to lay pressure chest to chest on his chest. I don't want to be here. I want to be my chest, my pec right on his pec, okay? Like this, okay? Now, with my other hand, I want to control his other hips and lower extremities. So I've got his upper extremities pretty well controlled up these 2 corners here, right? So you're going to control these corners. Now, everybody come around the back here, and the cameras too. So we're going to start, and Derek's very good at this. Come on this far side back here. And we're going to show, now in Yoko Shihogatami, side 4 corners, okay? I'm going through here. Those work quite well. And you might even just put your hand here. But what really is good to start with, put your hand just right here, kind of put your hand under his butt, okay? And we call that a hand check or a hip check. And I can control him here. If he knows anything about ground fighting, his first reaction is he's going to shrimp in and turn into me. Boom, like that. And then I've lost him. So you got to figure he knows enough to do that. So I want to keep him from turning into me, so I'm just going to put my hand right here. So Derek, can you come here and stay there, guys, and feel this side with you. Okay, so he controls the head. And what I want to show is this hand check, the hip check. Watch with his left hand. Look how he controls it. And now, and when he does that, Derek, before you start fighting, Derek may have to adjust his body. See how he turned his body where he has a little more of an angle here? Oh man, he's sticking him now. Okay, that's what he wants. He wants to hold, in the IJF rules for judo, you have to hold him 20 seconds for ippon. In the freestyle judo rules, you have to hold him 20 seconds to get your 4 points to go for a submission. In sambo wrestling, sambo competition, you hold them 4 points to get your submission. So for 20 seconds. So no matter what, I've got to hold him under any set of contest rules I fight under pretty much. I've got to hold him at least 20 seconds. We know that, okay? That's my goal. So he's going to control the upper body, and what he's going to do, and he may not have his hand there very long. Put your hand back. He may just, once he feels that he's stopped him from turning in, then he can free that hand up and come in and just grab it. Don't keep your mooning. Oh, you go to the upper, but you can go to the top. I was going to have you just go to the mooning top, just switch your hands over. Yeah, there, you can do that, okay? All right. Or you can do a side hold, grab between his legs. And you can do any of those things. But once you've done, you've checked his hips. You've kept him from turning into you. And you might have to keep him there for the whole time. He says, I'm going to keep trying to bridge into you because he knows if he can get his foot in there, he can pull you in his guard, right? Okay? Well, Derek didn't want that to happen. So this is a good way to hand shake. Stop that. And eventually, so you can start, look how you pinned him down there. They're all variations of these. You can just keep him pinned there. So what he's doing, he's controlled his upper extremities, the upper shoulders, and now the hips. And by extension from the hips, the legs as well. So let's just work on this very basic concept. It's a simple move, it really is. So you start, control the head, like we did, and with your left hand, if you need to, you can. So if you sense him, you may have him already in a monogatami, and he's turning in. So bam, he might have to hip check. See that? So that's how you keep him from turning in. You may have already established your pin. And if he does that, there you go. And that's just a very simple thing that really works. And again, how did he keep him there for so long? He only had one hand on him. Well, he was using the other hand quite judiciously. He was controlling him. Okay? Do you have anything to add there?
Here, flip back over real quick. So I don't usually go immediately for the hand check. I usually try and establish a good moving Gatami, and then as he's moving, then I check. Okay? So if you come in and you're trying to establish a pin here and then there first, it gives him a little bit of scoop that way, because I haven't caught his upper corner yet. So he's able to pop out that way and then get his guard back. So make sure that, like Coach was saying, you're establishing a good grip on this far shoulder and good head control here. Your arm might be over here, right? You might have even tried to catch through there, and you're noticing he's doing a good job of framing, and next is going to come the hips. Okay? And then the shift is pretty important too. If I stay right here, again, he's going to eventually wiggle his way that way, out. Okay? I still have a hold of his top, but if he's got a good guard, he's going to come right back through. So as soon as you block, you shift. And that way when you guys go this way, okay, you just kind of follow along. Okay? So once I come through and I get a hold of this shoulder, and I'm blocking, I don't want to be up here like this. It might be more uncomfortable to him, but it frees his arm on that side to swim through and go out the back door, okay, and come back on top. He can also use that arm to block one of my knees and then get his half guard back. So I'm blocking like this, he grabs one of those legs, and then now he's got his guard back even though I was blocking, because he was able to pull himself in by his arm. So I don't want to give him that arm, and popping my hips up does that. So if I've already established a good pin here, okay, I want to block that and stay over here, and that's part of why we shift, is to keep that arm blocked off. Okay, and even if he gets his elbow down off the hip, I still want to be relatively flat to keep that from doing anything good. Okay, so it's just like any other pin in that you want to be low. All four of your corners need to be down low to control all four of his.
You want to establish more friction on the mat by your body, and your hips and your legs will do that. Again.
Sure.
Watch how low his hips are, and then watch how, if he has to extend his legs, they get quite wide, and as wide of a base as possible. So Derek is looking for the most stability he can have to maintain and keep exerting pressure and force on Eric on the bottom, so to keep him from restricting his movement. And so this, and also for him, he can have more freedom of movement. So if you, like you said, if you tripod, your hips are too high, it's giving him an out. And you know, now some people will do that, and they'll stick them in, but the bottom guy maybe isn't skilled enough to know what to do with that situation. It could happen, okay? So, there you go. So I think it's a really important point. Okay, let's practice that a little more.